You think you know me?
The return of the rated R superstar Edge in the year 2020 at the Royal Rumble event is regarded as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, wrestling returns of all time. The impact that it had on so many people cannot be stressed quite enough. Not only just the night of the return, but also in the years after that, and the type of run that he had with the WWE post the Royal Rumble return. It marked the in-ring return of one of the very best to ever do it. Somebody who had loved the wrestling industry since he was a little boy. He was able to live out his dream and be a WWE superstar and be a professional wrestler, but had to give it all up due to the fact that he was injured. He had to let go of something that he loved so very dearly, and it wasn't even on his own terms. But why was this return so impactful, and why is it considered to be one of the most emotional and the biggest return in company history? Well, to understand why, we gotta take a look at all the way 9 years earlier, back to when he officially announced his retirement from the WWE. April 11th, 2011. What seems to be an insignificant date in the world of professional wrestling would end up becoming one of the most infamous and memorable nights in all of company history. That was the night that the rated R superstar and world heavyweight champion Edge would come out on an episode of Monday Night Raw in order to announce his in-ring retirement in the WWE due to a career-ending neck injury. He talked about how he had suffered this serious neck injury just a few years prior to that point, and even though he was medically cleared to go on for years and years and years, he himself somehow knew that he was wrestling on what was essentially borrowed time from that point on. He talked about how he had been in a lot of pain recently, and according to the results from the test that he took before and after WrestleMania, and also the results from the MRI scan that he recently just took, he needed to retire from competing in the ring, meaning that he officially had to retire from the WWE and his in-ring action. He then delivered one of the most beautiful lines ever said in the WWE, saying that if he was asked if he would do it all again, if he would go through all the pain, the restless nights, all the constant travel, the injuries, the metal rods in his teeth, if he was asked to do it all again, in a heartbeat. This shocked a lot of people, not only in the building at the time, but also all over the entire world, because it was just so bizarre. It was just so weird, man. It didn't feel right. It just came out of nowhere. It was similar to the Shield's breakup. 1 week, we're fine, we're having fun, we're wrestling Alberto Del Rio at Mania for the World Heavyweight title. We beat him, and we wreck his car and shit, and we give him depression for a little while. Everything is fine, and then boom, just like that, it's over. It's gone. We're done. We're no longer gonna see him in the ring, and we're no longer gonna see him wrestle ever again. It didn't make any sense, man. It was at that moment that everyone that was a wrestling fan began to realize and acknowledge and actually come to terms with the fact that Edge was the man growing up, man. Everything that he was doing during his career could be considered legendary. From the moment that this man stepped into the ring around the 2000s till 2011, this man, he was there, and he continued to be there for a very long time. Edge has been with the WWE, or at least has been wrestling, as far as back as the Attitude Era. How insane is that Edge's career spans all the way back to the Attitude Era of the WWE, and he's still going. But anyways, during the Attitude Era, he was involved in a tag team with his best friend Christian at the time, and the two, alongside the tag teams of Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, who are known as the Hardy Boys, as well as Devon and Bubba Ray Dudley, who are known as the Dudley Boys, essentially made the tag team division during this time. Simply because before these men came along, the tag team division in the WWE was treated as somewhat of a joke for many, many years, with not many credible and legitimate names being added to the division, or at least actively being involved in it in order to build more stars, in order to build more tag teams, and to build more names in the WWE. But when they arrived and they began taking the entire industry by storm, everything changed, because they started having banger, amazing matches week in, week out. They started having credible, amazing feuds with so many different other tag teams, including themselves. It didn't matter whether it was on television, and it didn't matter even if it was on pay-per-view. If the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudley Boys got in the ring together, it was a certified banger. All six of these men would then go on to create the beautiful concept of the tables, ladders, and chairs match, which was one of WWE's most unique, chaotic, and exciting matches that they have ever made, and continued to stay that way even after the company began abusing it and, having a pay-per-view theme around the entire concept, which kind of ruined it in a way, because now in December every single year we're gonna have a tables, ladders, and chairs match, instead of it being a rare occasion that we don't know when it's gonna come, we don't know when it's gonna happen. Now we know. Well, not nowadays, since WWE got rid of the TLC pay-per-view, which is a good thing. But anyways, he would then go on to win multiple tag team titles alongside his best friend, and had basically become and was known as the tag team guy who speared Jeff Hardy off a ladder at Mania one time. That's all he was known for. He speared Jeff Hardy off a ladder one time at Mania. And, he would continue to maintain that image until the final days of the tag team, which was Edge and Christian. But after the tag team broke up, Edge from that point on just became the man. You can't put it any other way. He became one of WWE's biggest stars, and in the process became a force to be reckoned with. He became one of the most despised men on the face of the entire wrestling planet, a menace to society, if you will. This man had so many different feuds with so many different stars in the entire company, and created so many different moments that traumatized a lot of children growing up, especially Cena fans. From the years 2005 to 2009, the time that Edge was a heel, you just could not escape this man. Everybody hated this guy during this time. Everybody hated this man during this time. And every single star that you loved, that you rooted for, that you got behind, you better believe that at some point, sooner rather than later, Edge is coming for them one way or another. And deep inside, you always knew it, whether you liked it or you didn't, man. I think Cena fans were the most traumatized out of all of us. He just would not leave this man alone, blood. We all know about the night that Cena just finishes the Elimination Chamber match. At the end of the night, he's bloodied, he's battered, he's bruised, he can barely stand up, but it's okay because he finishes the Chamber match and he is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Until Edge comes in, cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase, beats Cena, who can barely stand at this point, in order to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, which created a lot of heat back then. And this is still regarded as one of WWE's biggest moments of all time, and is still one of Edge's greatest moments of his entire career. But it wasn't only that moment that he created. During the time that Edge was a heel, from the years 2005 to 2009, he created so many different moments that will continue to live on in infamy. Long after we're gone, long after he's gone, he created moments that will continue to live on in the WWE forever. Moments such as when he was involved in a three-way love triangle between himself, Lita, and Matt Hardy, which was actually a real-life feud, but then WWE decided to bring it on screen because everybody already knew about it. And I swear, WWE will make anything into a storyline. If there's a storyline opportunity, if there's an opportunity to make a story out of something, they will make it into a story no matter what it is. They had no boundaries, especially during this time. He also wrestled, or I think I should probably say fought, Mick Foley at WrestleMania in a hardcore match, to which he would spear the poor old man through a flaming hot table and finally send him packing and out the door into retirement. But before he wrestled him at Mania, he would then proceed to kick him down a flight of stairs wait. I think I'm thinking about Randy. Yeah, I'm probably thinking about Randy. But no, Edge is so deranged that I think he's the one that probably told Randy to do that in the first place. He told Randy to kick Mick Foley down a flight of stairs, and he probably did it himself when the cameras went black. Wait, where was I again? Oh, no, wait. He would then proceed to have a live sex celebration on national television, and he bullied a very old Ric Flair. Like, why, bro? Why did you do these things? He would then go on to cash in on a bloodied and beaten down Undertaker in order to steal the WWE World Heavyweight title again, and would cost Taker a chance of regaining that very same title on multiple occasions. He messed with Jeff Hardy for a little while before eventually dating and almost marrying the general manager of SmackDown so that he could get his way with anybody else in the roster. Because why not? I'm telling you, man, from the years 2005 to 2009, That was the peak of what a heel in WWE really should be. It didn't matter if you were The Undertaker, it didn't matter if you were John Cena, Triple H, Matt Hardy, Mick Foley, Jeff Hardy, Kane, anybody at all, and even Vince McMahon. Y'all were all getting clapped if you stepped in the ring with the Rated R superstar, man. After he retired, it was only then that people began realizing and seeing his greatness and the type of impact that he truly had on everybody else's childhood. Whether you liked it or not, whether you loved him or you hated him, he had a major impact on the childhood that you had growing up as a wrestling fan. He didn't have the best matches, but where he lacked in-ring wise, he made up for it with the storytelling, the promo, the overall performance and portrayal of his character. He would put on his character so well that you simply could not help yourself but to boo and hate this man as much as you possibly can, because he was just that damn good, man. When he left the WWE, it just did not feel the same anymore. Even though he would make sporadic appearances every now and again, it just didn't feel the same without him in the ring. This is why Edge's return is so special, because we were finally going to see more from a man that honestly had a lot more to give. A man that was forced to give up something that he so dearly loved with all his heart, and a man that was one of the greats in the entire industry. He has since then absolutely killed it. You know, I see people all the time. People are always complaining about how part-timers always come in and take youngster spots and everything. And they've had said the same thing about Edge, about how Edge is stealing opportunity from the younger wrestlers that deserve it and everything. But I always look at it from this point, and I hope that you can agree with me. I always look at it from this point of view. If the part-timer is killing it in all aspects, I'm talking about promo, character portrayal, even in the ring. If he is killing it in every single aspect imaginable, then there shouldn't be any problem. But if he's not killing it, then we can argue about why he's in that spot when it should be given to somebody who's younger and somebody that deserves it. But if he's killing it, then there shouldn't be any problem. And Edge was doing just that. He was delivering week in, week out, night in, night out. His promos skills became more and more better the more we move forward. His in-ring ability and matches somehow got even better than when he was during his prime. He had multiple banger matches, such as with Randy Orton at Backlash, Daniel Bryan on SmackDown and at WrestleMania, Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, SmackDown and Crown Jewel, Miz at Day 1, AJ Styles at Backlash, Damian Priest as well as Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw. With the amazing consistency and the promo work as well as the in-ring action before and after retirement, I believe that there is no one in the WWE that had a better return to the company than the Rated R superstar Edge.